Hi guys, biracial Tiffany here. I feel like I have a lot of stuff to say today. I don't know where to begin or really what my point is. So that being said, I'm sure you're thrilled to be tuned into this today. I've got this book, anyway, Who is Black by F. James Davis. It was written in the late 1980s. So then in the late 90s he wrote an epilogue. Last sentence. I'm going to start over. A social construct created to support slavery and solidified to enforce Jim Crow segregation is incongruous in a nation dedicated to liberty and equal opportunity for all. The rule may well die a long, lingering death, but sooner or later it will probably become history. Finally, the demise of the one-drop rule will be facilitated if the parent social construct, race itself, declines in importance. I don't know how to deconstruct the social construct of race. I don't know. But I know that in not talking about it and pretending that it's okay for me to pretend that I am just black is not going to do it. And so the only thing that I know that I have to offer up are my thoughts, feelings, and experiences, and to see what people have to say. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Philly Stress, I have no answer for you as to why white people should want to change, other than clearly things are not working. There are many disenfranchised. I've been watching Tim Wise, finally, but everyone really needs to check out Tim Wise. The social construct, the financial institution that is whiteness. There's a lot of power in that, and people are holding on to that. People in that circle are holding on to that for dear life, and they have a lot of power, and they may retain it one more time, and then what's going to happen? And then how many people are going to be on our side? Our side. To me, it's the side of right. It's the side of less greed. It's the side of loving your fellow man. Oh my God, that's so spaced out and silly and naive. How could I dare think that people should want to live like that? Well, I think that because I think that is the will of God for people. That no matter what it looks like right now, because it's the right thing to do, because things are not working, because there is so much disparity and pain and misery and sorrow and poverty and injustice everywhere. And white people are victim to it too. Many white people have been tricked into thinking that because they're white, they are not victims of this social construct, but that is not true. And so other than to naively tell you that because it's the right thing to do, and that's not trusting white or black or anyone else's judgment of what is right and wrong. That, to me, is that God has a plan and things should be looking another way soon. That's the kind of right that I'm talking about. That's my truth. Back to this book. Greater willingness to discuss the history of black-white miscegenation may well result in greater understanding of the uniqueness of the one-drop rule in the world and of how it singles out blacks in the United States in contrast to all other racially visible minority groups. And in the meantime, the black community also has a vested interest in maintaining that rule. Being proud of all of one's ancestries is the antithesis of the one-drop rule. Many must know that the one-drop rule emerged to protect slavery, and that it was consolidated in order to bolster Jim Crow segregation. However, black protests and political demands for equal opportunity have not included a challenge to the long-standing definition of who is black. The overwhelming reality is that most blacks in the United States have taken the one-drop rule for granted for a very long time, and feel that they have an important stake in maintaining it, socialize their children to accept it, and rally to its defense when it is challenged. Black people are all colors, and what makes a person black is the way one thinks and the way one looks at life. I think this is why the one-drop rule is hard for me to accept. because I think, feel, believe, and look at life as a white and a black person. My reference points are not all within the African American community. In fact, I have more cultural reference points in the white community. And that is something that I am made to feel like I need to apologize for. Why? Why should I apologize for that? If I was going around saying I'm so much better than people who are monoracially black and haven't lived with white people, that's a problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm only saying that that hasn't been my experience. I'm only saying that when you laugh at me because I don't know what troops are, or because I don't know amen that have happened to me, and the shame that I have felt about that, because the last thing I want is for people to think that I don't want to be black. Because I do. I want to be me, okay? I don't want to be biracial Tiffany. I don't want to be black Tiffany. I don't want to be white Tiffany. I'm just me. I'm waiting for my Mixed Chicks hair products to come, which is why I haven't really done my hair in a couple days, because they're supposed to arrive by FedEx today, and I really want to use them. So sorry about my hair. Hey man, I went to an audition once, many years ago, and, they liked me enough to have me, try to harmonize with them or, something. And they said, okay, we're going to sing amen. And you're going to, whatever. They explained the whole thing to me, and I'm like, okay. And I'm waiting for them to, show me some sort of pattern to which we will be singing the word amen. Because I don't know that there is a very popular gospel song called Amen, and I don't know it. And so they realized that I didn't know the song. I can't believe I'm having this reaction today. With such contempt. How can you be black and not know amen? What am I supposed to say to that? People see you with your white friends. How can you be black and those are your friends? How can you be black and use those words? How can you be black? I don't know, because according to your definition, I'm not black. But all I've been told my whole life is you're black, you're black, you're black. And so it would just be nice if there was room within people's consciousness to say, yeah, she's black. And just as black as she is, she's white. So whatever. Choices are my choices. And they're not even conscious choices. These are ways that I've been brought up. I know everybody gives him a lot of crap, but I like Wise Nubian. And yes, he's loud and he gets mad. And I enjoy that he's passionate about what he believes in. And I see that he sees that everything we're taught is from this white cultural reference point of normal and right. And I understand that if you're not white, why should you have to follow that to be normal or to feel valued? I understand all of that, but I also understand that for me, I was brought up in that thing, relating to, loving, communing with, learning from white people and black people. But since I went to white schools and since I got a white step family, it just seemed like I was getting that I had more white people around me to influence me. So that does seem normal, and you know what? I have a right for that to be normal to me. I didn't even freaking realize that the fact that my dad is white has something to do with me. I was talking to someone the other day about their friend who was adopted, met their birth mother for the first time, and it was an amazing experience for them. Not because I think there was some connection, but because they were fascinated that their patterns of speech were the same, even though they had not, they didn't, the mother wasn't there to influence the child's patterns of speech. Just the way that they said things and their mannerisms, they just were the same. It's organic. It's intrinsic. It is organic for me to be white. And it is organic for me to be black, but it is not organic for me to be one or the other.